Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to yet another episode of 4th and 62. Believe it or not, this is our 8th show. I can't believe we're still here. With us today is, as always, from his palatial estate near Westerly, Rhode Island, his cousin Stephen. Hey, Stephen, how are you?
Hello, everybody.
How you doing? And joining us today...
Who's that handsome guy you've got with you?
Well, I'm going to introduce him right now. This is Coach Bob is on another scouting mission to Penn State, Ohio State game in State College, Pennsylvania. So joining us from the control room is the boss of the Chelmsford Cable. It's Pete Pedulla. Hi, Pete.
Hey, good to be here. Nice to see you, John.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us still here.
Right. This is so. Is now the time I should tell you the show's canceled?
I'll
wait till over. Okay.
No, perfect timing.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Any time is fine.
Okay.
We're on borrowed time.
Are you anticipating how well you're going to do? Is that what's going on?
I just have the ratings report here that we just got, and okay.
The ratings.
So we have no ratings.
Yeah. We were ratings. There were 2 people that watch us.
Right. It's triple from last.
So I'd like to thank Pete for being here. And I'm going to say something right from the beginning of the show because I never say anything about the guy behind the glass up there.
Yeah.
And that's our good friend Peter Dews, who Coach Bob refers to as Oz 2. Okay. But Peter is the one who gets the show on the air.
Yep.
He tells me to shut up.
Yep.
He does all this great stuff. And thank you very much, Peter. And we couldn't do this without you.
I think you got to hit the applause.
Oh, I would. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Applause. There we go. That's for Peter.
Yep.
That's for Peter. And that's for Peter, too.
Right.
Okay. So figured we'd start off today because as I was just talking to Pete and Stephen, we're actually pertinent.
Yeah.
Because the Dodgers won the World Series last night.
Go Dodgers.
They were down 5-0 in the 4th inning. They scored 5 unearned runs as Aaron Judge dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Anthony Volpe, who really is a terrific young shortstop, threw the ball in the dirt to Jazz Chisholm. And then Garrett Cole must have been thinking about
Vacation.
like when he was a vacation or something because Anthony Rizzo got a ground ball at first base.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, Mookie Betts ran like the wind.
Yep.
And nobody covered first.
Nope. Nobody home.
That was the beginning of the end for the Yankees.
Yep.
They scored 5.
Couldn't have happened to a better team.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's crying around here.
Well, I thought the best thing of all was Alex Verdugo struck out to end the World Series.
Yeah.
Right. Last at-bat of the year.
Couldn't have happened to a better guy. You know, I don't know who I hate more, him or Aaron Rodgers, but we'll get to the Patriots and Aaron Rodgers in a little bit. So a couple of things that are on your screen out there. I'm going to go out of order, Peter. I apologize. But to me, the top story of the World Series wasn't that the Dodgers won in 5 games. It wasn't that the Dodgers came back from 5-0, which has never been done. It was Mookie Betts getting mugged in the Bronx.
Right.
I think that was the top story of the. I've never seen anything like that. So, I remembered their names: Austin Capo Bianco.
Yep.
Which you told me means white piano.
Whitehead in Italian.
Whitehead.
Capo Bianco. Capo
Whitehead.
Bianco.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Pete would know that. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And John Peter.
Yep.
So if you remember way back, the Patriots drafted Christian Peter out of Nebraska. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Christian Peter was from New Jersey. Do you remember that, Stephen?
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna
What do you think, they're related or something? Are you looking?
I think John Peter is related to Christian.
Okay. Could
You
be.
know,
Did you see where those 2 guys actually had planned this?
Yeah.
Because of where they were sitting,
Yeah.
they decided if this ever happened, one guy was going to grab the glove and one guy was going to grab the ball. They already had this. This was premeditated.
Yep. I read that.
Well, I know the Yankees gave yesterday's tickets to a kid that's battling cancer. Good for them.
Yeah.
But I hope that they revoke the season tickets from this guy. If nothing else, just to teach a lesson to the people that sit at the front of the first or second row.
These guys are kind of like lowlifes. I mean, they were pissed that they couldn't. They wanted to be able to give their tickets to their family members.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But the Yankees
I like
said
where
no.
they were arguing. I like where they were arguing that they had rights. Like, wait a minute, the ball's on our side of the fence. We get to do this.
Yeah. It's just stop.
It's
bizarre.
it's the first time it ever happened.
Yeah.
And, you know, thank God the umpires are right there. The umpire gave the crossing
easy
lead
one, yeah.
interference.
Easy one.
Yeah, it was very easy, especially when they tried to rip his glove off.
He's so.
Oh, my
You know,
goodness.
he could have gotten hurt pretty easily. And
Yeah.
It's inexcusable.
It was bad. But
It's embarrassing.
I think, you know, to give the Dodgers their due, they came back from being down 5 runs. I never thought that was going to happen.
No.
I never thought the Yankees would make 3 or 2 errors and a error of omission, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't get charged with an error. But
Cole
he should
Cole
have.
didn't get any on
No,
that. No, he just
no.
didn't do his job.
Just
Right.
didn't just didn't cover first. You know, but it was great to see.
A little Schadenfreude here, as I mentioned last show, that the Dodgers stuck it to the Yankees and the Red Sox last night, which was, you know, the Red Sox could have had Mookie Betts. They didn't sign him.
Right.
This is what you get to do. You get to watch the Dodgers win with him.
Yep,
Right.
Now twice.
and win because of him.
As one of our local announcers always used to say,
What?
why can't we get players like that?
Well, truth is, we had him. And
We get him and we
go
let
and
him walk.
traded him
Yeah, right.
for a couple of ball bags.
Yeah, the Mookie Betts thing was one of those, like, I mean, not only a high top skill player, but like one of the best people you could ever want on your team
Yep.
and in your
Right.
culture and in your community. You know, just it was such a sad mistake to let him go.
He was 360 degrees,
Yeah.
a ball player and
Yeah.
a person.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
quite frankly, it was cool to watch him win again.
Yeah.
You know,
root for him.
I'm
Yeah.
glad they won. But, you know, he pitched. Ryan Brazier pitched. He didn't pitch particularly well,
No surprise there.
but he had a good
Yeah.
comeback year for them. Bruce Dahl Gratterall, which people might. Stephen, do you remember that
don't
guy's
know.
name?
Who?
The pitcher for the Dodgers, Gratterall.
No.
The guy with
Okay,
the long curly
sig-
hair.
The
I don't know
significance
him. Yeah.
of him was the Red Sox didn't want him in the trade
Right.
because they thought there was something wrong with him. So happens they were right. He had a bad shoulder, but the kid throws 100 miles an hour,
Right.
you know. But kudos
Can
to.
I make one point?
Go ahead, you make
Go ahead,
two.
fit it. I just want to make a point here about Mookie Betts, the Red Sox letting him go. Like, I don't think they thought this far in advance, but they ended up signing Rafael Devers, who's obviously a great hitter, but he's a liability in the field. And if you're going to keep one of those two guys, you'd keep Mookie Betts, wouldn't you?
Yep,
Yes.
I would.
Yes.
And this
So,
is not a case of
a shame.
hindsight being 2020 either.
No.
This is a case
No.
of you know, doing the right thing.
And I like Devers, and Devers is trying to be better, and I think he's a decent person and stuff, and good. But he's got a body issue too. He's got to really stay in shape, and he's just not Mookie Betts.
No.
You know,
He's not Mookie Betts.
no.
No.
Do you guys think he's going to play first base next year?
Oy, I don't know. I don't know enough of that. Is that what they're talking about?
That's what they're talking about.
Maybe that's good.
I think they need to try him
Yeah,
there.
maybe that's
John.
better.
I think he's too much of a liability. He's
Yeah.
hurting him a lot
Yeah.
at third base.
Yeah, I
And
totally
yes,
agree.
he's working really hard. We all know that.
Yeah. He just doesn't. He doesn't have the skill set to be on third base. I don't think. You know. So.
No, I totally agree. You know, I mean, it's a crapshoot when the ball's hit to third,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be.
No.
It shouldn't.
First makes a lot of sense. You know. So
And maybe they can get something for Tristan Cassis.
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, he never came back this year, did he?
So, yeah, he did.
Why
Did he come
do you
back?
think they're going to trade him?
because there was a rumor that, well, if Devers goes to first, then they won't need Cassis,
Okay,
right?
yes.
But then they need a third baseman. And please don't tell me it's Romy Gonzalez.
All right, so I got to play the role of coach. I just want to make sure we're moving along here.
We're
Are we
moving
good?
along. Yeah,
Are we
we're okay.
are we done with base? Do we want to talk about Aaron Judge at all? I mean, I think Aaron Judge, he's a good guy. I feel it's too bad went cold, but I'm not really crying, but
I think we all feel the same way.
yeah.
He
Yes.
made a great catch in the outfield.
Yeah.
He finally hit a home run.
Right.
But he also dropped a very catchable ball.
Yep.
I don't know. It's, the Yankees lost, and, hallelujah to all Red Sox fans
Yeah.
out there
Yeah.
who are probably jumping up and down. The other thing on here was Freddie Freeman,
Oh, yeah.
who won the MVP.
Amazing.
And that was, as I think Kevin Burkhardt from Fox said, that was a very easy selection.
Easy.
I just think, for a guy who couldn't walk in the NLCS,
Yep.
or NLDS, whatever, to the guy who he was unbelievable.
Yep.
The only thing missing was him not hitting a home run last night.
Right.
But he singled, drove in 2 runs. So he wins. He credited the whole team, which
Oh,
Dave
yeah.
Roberts did 1,000 times. It was a great win for the Dodgers.
Yep. And you got to like Dave Roberts, so
Yep.
Yeah,
All good.
of course.
all good. And I was there for the first time this summer. I was at Dodger Stadium. Saw the Red Sox, the first game back after the break. I happened to be in
Sweet.
L.A. We got the tickets, and who killed us that day?
We'll keep.
Freddie Freeman with
Freddie.
a grand slam.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It was brutal. But it's a beautiful park, so if you're ever out there, I recommend going.
Yeah, it's. Wait a minute. Hold on. It's Freddie Freeman's grand slam.
Yeah, right.
But, let's move on. Talk a little Celtics just for a minute or two.
We're back.
got his Celtics.
Yep, we are back.
It is a Celtics shirt.
This is
that's
official
right.
Celtics shirt. Well, not
Celtics
official.
shirt.
It would have been 10
They
money,
suffered their
but-
first loss last night.
Yeah.
And they almost won
Yeah,
in a game they had no business winning.
apparently. I didn't watch much. I was watching the ball game.
I was watching the
Yeah, the other
baseball game
baseball.
too. Steve, did you see any of the Celtics last night?
Just a tiny bit. No.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess the Pacers ran them out of the gym, and then the Celtics decided in the fourth quarter, okay, we should make a game of this. And they came back from, I think, 21 points down to tie the game and send it into overtime, where they promptly lost. But, it just shows you this team can just turn it on and go.
Yeah, it's the same team, right? I mean, I'm not quite up to speed yet with the Celtics, but pretty much the same team,
It's
right?
the exact same team.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
No, it's a good thing. Everybody knows their job. Oh.
Someone's frothing at the mouth over here.
I'm getting excited about the Celtics. Sorry about that. And
Isn't the makeup woman supposed to run in and wipe your brow and take the spittle off your lip?
She's off today.
we let her go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Truth is, we let her go. She's not off today. She doesn't work here anymore. She's like Mookie Betts. She got traded. But the Celtics, they're going to be there.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a good team. Yeah.
we don't even have to talk about them anymore. The Bruins, that's a different story. The Bruins are in a horrible slump. They can't score goals. I wrote on our little notes that I don't think they've scored goals since Esposito left, which is like 20-something years ago.
20,
Yeah,
At least.
yeah, maybe 30.
30, I think.
Okay.
Wait, when did Esposito play? When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, 30 years ago.
He was playing
And
in the
you're what?
70s.
33, 34.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was, that was when they won games 9-2 and 8-4, and now they lose 2-0 to the Flyers, and it was really 1-0. The Flyers scored an empty net goal. They signed Swayman for $8.8 million, which is ridiculous.
Well, he's not that problem.
No, they can't score goals. That's
I
their
think they
problem.
missed Jake DeBrusk. I mean, he had speed down on the
No,
wing.
He did have speed. You're absolutely right.
He scored 20-something goals.
If they miss him, I don't know, but they signed the other Lundqvist, and they signed Zadorov, the big giant defenseman. Who it's funny, we have 5 bobbleheads here in the front, which there you go. The smallest of all of them is Zdeno Chara,
Yeah.
which he should be the biggest, but.
So not to say who's counting, but Esposito retired in '81, so it's 43 years ago.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I don't want to date you or anything.
Well,
but
thank you
yeah.
very much.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, okay. So
But you might be right. That might be the last time they scored a goal.
I think it was the last time he
Yeah.
scored a goal. So without further ado, we've talked a little Celtics. We've talked a little Bruins. I think we need to finish the show with a little bit of Patriots.
Yeah.
And, I wrote Drake May, we told you so. Because,
What do you mean? You mean about the injury?
yeah, that he
Yeah.
got hurt. Because
Yeah.
you knew he was going to get hurt.
Of course.
But first, we actually have a live report
Oh,
from Gillette Stadium from Cousin Steven. Can we go to that now, Peter? I think it's going to come up in
have
a
to.
second. Steven, there you go.
All right, I'm here on the field at Gillette Stadium
There
with
he
Cousin
is.
Steve from 4th and 62 show. Cousin Steve, how you feeling about the game today?
Well, I'm never wrong, but I'm so happy to be wrong this time. Because at 2-6, that's what we are.
2 and 6, yep,
We're going to the Super Bowl.
that's right, man. So, Jacoby Brissett versus May.
MVP.
What do you think? Brissett's won 2 games, May hasn't won any. What's your prediction for the future here?
Well, we want a healthy May back on the field to be sure. But congratulations to Jacoby Brissett and the Patriots. That was a great team win.
All right, thank you very much. Back to you, Chet.
Okay. Steven, all I can say is thank God you were wearing sunglasses, because you were incognito when you said that we're going to win the Super Bowl. But you know
You
what?
don't think we are?
No, I don't think we are.
Okay.
My prediction was 3 wins. I got like 8 weeks to win 1 more game. So whatever. And I hope I'm wrong. But so one of the things I put, and I asked Steven, we talked about this. Pete, I'll ask you, did the Patriots win or did the Jets lose?
so I'll say both because the Jets were horrible,
Yeah.
and they are horrible, and of course the Patriots aren't that good. But I like to say they're in a rebuilding year. That was a really good. I missed the first half of the game, but I tuned in at the end, and I just think. I agree with Cousin Steven. That was a great way to turn that around. To make. The injury was horrible, obviously,
Yep.
and yes, we could all see it coming. But the receivers who were running their mouths, they finally made some catches. Jacoby Brissett, he's a good guy. He's doing his job. He's a veteran. He did the right things. There were some good plays, and the offensive line held, and they made some holes for Stevenson, and that's good stuff.
No, You're absolutely right. And
Right.
Steven, you said it with wearing your dark sunglasses when you were on the field. It was a team win.
Yeah.
And it absolutely was a team win.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Gerard Mayo probably wiping his brow,
Yeah.
thinking, thank God.
Yeah.
Because he just was, now all the fingers are pointing at him, even though it is a rebuilding year, to your point,
Yeah.
Pete. And, it's, I don't know.
Let's talk about that for a second, guys, because Mayo took a lot of heat for his comment about the Patriots being soft.
Yep.
And, he's learning on the job, and part of that is like how you speak to the press and what you say. So he didn't exactly mean they were soft in the sense that, it was written. It was like they they had to play better, smarter, and he's just the way the Patriots came through for him and everything was really a good story. So I'm actually happy for him, and I think he may turn out to be a pretty good coach. Let's see, but that was the team really supported him, and that was great.
Well,
I mean, wouldn't you say though? I mean, so when that whole soft comment came out, I was like, well, you know, isn't that what a coach is supposed to do? And I understand we're in a different era, and I understand players get motivated from different things, and I understand, but wouldn't we say it worked? I mean, I don't know if it was a grand plan. Maybe it just came out of his mouth, but it was one of the things that maybe helped.
Absolutely, yeah.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
totally agree with that. And I think he needed to do something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
He needed to, he needed to shock his team.
Yeah. And
They
to their
didn't
credit,
quit on him.
I heard a couple of clips, players saying we needed to hear that. And, they didn't then double down and be, hey, don't call us soft. They said, yeah. I mean, they can see the record.
Well, the only thing, and I know, Stephen, I texted you after the game was over, but, I was excited because to me, there is someone worse than the Patriots now. So, and the
with
Jets were, Stephen, you sent me this long text about Aaron Rodgers and the 2-minute, the 2-point conversion and the timeout. Talk about that, will you? Because you were
So
pissed.
the Jets needed to score a 2-point conversion to make the margin 3 points, I think it was, and Aaron Rodgers let the clock run out rather than calling a timeout because he didn't like the play that was called, and it was as you said, John, it was arrogant and maybe even childish that he didn't do the right thing strategically for the team, and then now they had to go 7 yards for the 2 points and they failed, and of course the coach Jeff Ulbrich wasn't going to go over Aaron Rodgers' head either.
Yeah.
And get fired because Aaron Rodgers fired the previous coach, Robert Saleh. So that was really a bad moment for the Jets.
And it was
Aaron Rodgers.
was it you?
Yeah, he said bad moment for the Jets and Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I was going to say, Aaron Rodgers showed his true colors as far as I'm concerned. Even just the way he looks on television, he just looks like a jerk.
Well, he is a jerk. I mean, I don't think that's anyone want to debate that in this crew here.
No.
Yeah, and and the thing is, he obviously he's got high skills, or he did, but now you don't really want to play for a jerk in their waning years. It just gets bad.
It's and for him, like Stephen was texting me, and I could feel the anger in the text. Like what is wrong with him?
Yeah.
Why didn't he call timeout? That's exactly. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll say it. Everyone's thinking it. That's what Tom Brady would have done.
Yeah.
He would have called timeout.
Or
First
Bill
chance.
Belichick would have called timeout from the sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Exactly.
would have jumped right in there.
Yeah, exactly. It was, and the only thing that got me excited was, oh my God, this team is self-destructing.
Yeah. But
They're worse than the Patriots.
well, it's the Jets. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know.
There was a great piece. I think it was in the Atlantic, which I'll expose my pointy-headed liberal leanings, but great writer, and I can't remember his name. So but he grew up a Jets fan, and he's just like, it is a special circle of hell. He was really well written.
Well, Pete, during the game, John texted Bob and I, how did Ramondre Stevenson get so wide open on that 2-point conversion? And Bob and I both texted back simultaneously, it's the Jets.
It's the Jets, right? It's the Jets.
I mean, there was no one within 20 yards of Ramondre Stevenson.
I mean, that team's in disarray, obviously,
It's,
and
I think, at that moment, we were watching the Patriots come together and the Jets fall apart.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
that team, if they support Aaron Rodgers, I'll be shocked. I think they're really two teams going in different directions. I mean, you can argue which team has better talent, but they're definitely two teams going in different directions.
I totally agree with
Do you guys know, what's Rogers' contract situation? Did they hire him for more than
2 years.
two? This would be the
They
second
paid him
year.
too much. That's his contract.
But this is his second year, right?
Yes.
Oh, so
Yes.
they gotta, they better not keep him.
I think it was 2 years.
Yeah, I think it was two also.
Yeah. So last year was one. Obviously, he played 4 plays and went down. But I don't know. And you're right, Stephen. The Jets have incredible talent on both sides of the
Yeah.
ball. But, what is a Greek proverb? A fish stinks at the head.
Il pesce puzza da capo. That's Italian.
Okay.
Fish stinks from the
Wow,
head.
nice.
Il pesce puzza da capo. Fish
you.
stinks from the head down.
Stephen, I don't know if you know, but Pete went to Columbia.
Yeah, pointy head.
What the hell are you doing
not
on this
know
show?
that.
I like to slum it once in a while. So what about the Titans? I mean,
the Jewish people have an expression also. It's gefilte fish.
you're right.
Oh, thank you. I like the little round ones
Yeah,
better than the
the big loaves. The big loaves. Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Do you know when I was at Columbia, one of my work study jobs was for the National Federation of Jewish Men's Clubs. Okay, never mind.
Was I don't have a line for that. Sorry.
So, but how about, the Titans? I'll switch back to football. I think, we could, I mean, that's a really bad team,
Could be
right?
2 wins in a row.
Maybe we can get out, right?
Yeah. Do we think Drake May is going to play Sunday?
He shouldn't.
I totally agree with that.
I'm hoping he doesn't. Yes.
Yeah, I'm hoping he doesn't too. But on the radio driving in here, not that I listen, but I actually listened today, they said they expect May to play.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't think they should play him.
No, I agree. They should sit him out, let him totally clear his head.
He shows
You know,
enough promise.
Let's be clear about something. It wasn't that injury was not because of the offensive line. That injury was because the Jets player, whose name is Jamie Sherwood, I looked it up.
Yep.
He led with his helmet and dove into
Yep.
Drake May. And personally, I think that's worthy of a big fine. And that kind of tackling has got to be legislated out of the league. Leading with your helmet, that's dangerous.
No,
That's
you're
what
absolutely
happened.
you're absolutely right.
No
And,
reason for it.
And the only thing that I could say to Drake May is he didn't slide. He went
Yeah.
he went head first, which is why he had his bell rung like he did.
Yes, but he's
But
gotta
to your
learn.
point, Stephen, Sherwood, I hope gets fined. They didn't call a penalty on the play, which is too bad. And that's probably because May dove head first.
Yeah, he was open. He was game. It is
I
one
think
of
it
the
happened so fast. Also,
Okay, so on that note, that's going to end this week's show of 4th and 62. I'd like to thank Pete Pedulla
thanks
for
for having
sitting
me.
in
Yeah.
for Coach Bob. I'd like to thank Cousin Stephen. I'd like to thank way up there, he's way up there in the booth, Peter Dews for all his hard work. And I'd like to thank, lastly, our studio audience. You kids have been incredibly quiet, almost too quiet, like you're not here.
I think they're asleep.
The little, you think they're sleeping?
It's nap time.
It's time. Oh, I see them over here. Yeah, the Little Tykes Day School of Groton. No, wait a minute. They laughed.
Yeah, okay.
They laughed. But
Huge.
thanks, and we'll see you next time on 4th and 62. Bye bye.